Hello, friends. Welcome to Take Two for this Wednesday, the 15th of June, 2022. I'm Jeannie. I'm so glad you decided to come along on this hump day. Recently, Michael and I had an opportunity to go tour a ministry. It's a huge nonprofit organization, a project that started well over 20 years ago. And actually, Michael and I were actually in on the ground level of this process when the building was first obtained and when it just first had started going into effect. No one was quite sure what to do with this gigantic building that was obtained by a church, and there was a vision to try to do something really dynamic and wonderful to help the community and help others. So the vision was to see it become like a halfway house, maybe, or some kind of training program, or something to help rehabilitate young men and possibly even young women who are going through drug addiction or just getting out of prison, that kind of thing. Sometimes a place where people who normally have nowhere to go could go and seek some help and assistance, and not just a little short-term thing, but actually help prepare them to go back out and be a productive part of the community. Well, this project was just in its infancy when we got involved with it, as I said, actually from the very beginning. And then we ended up going on to other things. And even though we weren't a part of it anymore, we watched little things happen and heard about things in the news and heard reports from people who were still involved with the project. But it had been a very long time since we'd actually stepped through the doors of this place and seen what it is. So here we are, fast forward 20 years later, and we had the tour. Now, the person who originally started this project has now passed on, and then the man who was right behind him, who kind of filled his shoes shortly thereafter, passed on as well. They were both older gentlemen, and so they didn't actually get to see it happen, but it has happened now. And as we toured and we saw all the tremendous advancements that were made, and hear the success stories of all the people who've been helped and how they're opening the doors for more and more help. And they do have a woman's facility now in a different building elsewhere, but it's all under that same umbrella. As we were hearing this, our hearts were just singing to be able to see this project coming to fruition like this. But sadly, the people who started it, the original leaders who had this vision for it, are not here anymore. And I said, well, you know what? It's okay. They actually had pictures in the lobby, big, beautiful photographs in the lobby of the people who started this whole project. And to just see that, I can imagine them almost smiling down from heaven as they get the reports of how great this is and how it's going forward. See, sometimes, boys and girls, we may start something and we have a vision for something, but we don't actually see it to its completion. But that does not mean that it's not going to be completed, nevertheless. And that's what we saw when we toured this building and saw all that was going on. And I remember the vision to see this happen in it and that happen in it, to have classrooms in it, to have a big full-service kitchen in it, to see all the things that were going on in it, these 12-step programs, these Bible study classes, these men going through and getting these certificates so that they are finish their education, get their GEDs, all of that stuff. It's all happening now, but it was just right at the very beginning when the original people left us and are no longer with us. Sometimes it takes a while, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So if you're facing something in your life right now, boys and girls, that you think this will never happen, you may never even see it happen. Hopefully you will see it happen. But if it's something that's just on your heart that you want to see happen for the good of others especially, just hand it over to the Lord and He will take care of it. One way or another, if it's right, it'll happen. And like I've said over and over again, if it's God, it flies. So hang in there, because it will happen. If it's the right thing, and it is in the plan, it will come to pass, even if it passes after we're gone. like it did in this case. Well, now listen, go out and be a blessing to somebody today. You may end up being the only one who is. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Jeannie Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. You'll be notified every time another Take Two is premiering. Don't forget to tune in to some great music, okay? Every Saturday on UltimateOldiesRadio.com at 8 Central, 9 Eastern, AM and PM. You can hear my program Through the Eyes of a New York Woman, and then you can hear it again on Sundays on Oldie700.com. That's Oldie700.com at 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern, and AM and PM. And then immediately following that program is On the Road with Chef Michael. So please tune in. Great programming, great stuff. Listen, you be blessed. Have a great hump day, and I'll see you next week. I love you. Bye-bye.